Look at this. They're doing some kind of jeep tour. I think they must be going into the mountains or something. I think I might try and join them in the next couple of days. Right, I'm in Rio, Copacabana beach, just about to hit the beach and then go for my run. But I've agreed with Arthur I can have another holiday if I do some videos, which is, clearly a tough gig. So I did a really fun conference call with a mentoring group last week, and there was I'm just checking because I'm crossing the road, there's a really great question around how can I establish my gold mine area. So I won't say who the person is, but super question. So I'm having some trouble finding my gold mine area. Can I have some tips? And they talked about the 3 locations that they live in, or that they live around, if you like, that they thought might be useful, and they didn't know which one to establish. Okay, for me, number 1 is sheer numbers. I'm going to cross the road again, take my life in my hands. Sheer numbers. I want you to have at least 250,000 people in your catchment area. So now we're crossing the running track. I'm going to get run down by runners and bike people. So if you've got 250,000 people in your local area, for me that's enough fluidity in the marketplace to be able to find the small percentage of deals that are being sold cheap. How can you figure that out? Go to Wikipedia. So that's number 1. And if you don't have 250,000, I honestly would rather that you continued to expand your area until you had a fluidity, a population of 250,000. Next, go speak to at least a sample of 10 estate agents, and I've got my answers here. So depending on what kind of property you want to buy, and for me I buy anything from a 1-bed to a 5-bed, and it almost doesn't matter. Oh look, fitness. I think I'm going to join them afterwards. I would then phone at least 10 estate agents and ask them the same questions, because if you only phone 1 or 2 estate agents, you're not going to get a really great sample group. You're just going to get the opinion of 1 or 2 people, and that's fine, but they might be the 1 or 2 people who don't really know the market. And to be honest, what kind of use is that to you? So if you get 10, you get 1 or 2 people with dud answers, and you get the majority with really good answers. Okay, so I would be asking how many people have registered on their database for a 1-bed, a 2-bed, a 3-bed, a 4-bed, a 5-bed, and then I repeat that question for flats, obviously with 1-bed, 2-bed, maybe 3-bed flats as well. And when did the estate agents last clean their database? Because an estate agent wants to tell you they've got the biggest database available. Of course they do, because they want to sell your property. But that's fine, unless they've never cleaned the database, and all those people on that database have bought houses like 5 months ago. Well, that's complete dead data. So when did they last clean their database? And then for each of those 1-bed, 2-bed, 3-bed, 4-bed, 5-bed, and then 1-bed flat, 2-bed flat, 3-bed flat, as well as houses, how fast on average have they been selling houses, and depending on whether the market is stable or whether it's moving. So if the market is stable, you want to know within the last year, maybe even 18 months, how fast on average have those properties sold. If the market is moving, the maximum time period you want to know is how fast within the last 6 months. So it kind of just depends on the economic situation you're working in. And then what variance happened on price for each of those 1-bed, 2-bed, 3-bed, 4-bed, 5-bed, and then 1-bed flat, 2-bed flat, 3-bed flat. So on average, do they sell below, sell the above? And then ask the estate agents, what have they noticed? What made something sell above, what made something sell below? And you're going to be picking up so much market knowledge. It's super. And then, what tips, what demand, and how do people like their homes to be styled? So for example, in Bristol, we've got one location, which is, it's windy here, which is totally hippy dippy. And everybody likes floorboards and cute little fireplaces. Great, so I don't put in carpets. I just get the guys to get the floor sander out. So listen to your estate agent. They know the best thing in their quarter of a mile. And then finally, ask them about general market trends. What have they noticed in the last between 6 months and 2 years happening, and what do they think the current trend is? So that you get a good picture. If I'm doing buy to sell, is this a down market, an up market, a stable market, or what kind of trends? Now, I want you to ask at least 10 estate agents, because a couple of them are going to be duds, and then you're going to get a good amount of data. And once that data starts clustering, you start being able to trust the data and really know where you're at market-wise. If you ask 2 estate agents, it's just too little. So I hope that's helpful for you to find your goldmine area. For me, my goldmine area is 17 minutes away maximum from where I live, because I want to keep my life efficient. I'm not a huge believer in having a goldmine area like hundreds of miles away. I got friends who do, and they do really well out of it, but for me, I just prefer that. Saying hello? There you go, from Brazil. Okay, see you soon, bye.